What the heck is this? Midwest Bass Hunter here, and a guy named Bill got a hold of me on the Facebook, and he offered to send me some of his homemade lures. So he's got this bait, he calls it a splatter bait. So it's half chatterbait, half spinnerbait. Pretty clever name, right? The splatter bait. So he sent me a couple to try out. So, well, actually 3, not a couple. Got 3 different ones here. As you can see, it's a spinnerbait with a chatterbait blade on it, or a bladed jig blade on it. Got a couple different styles here. One with Colorado, one with a Indiana blade, I think. Maybe that's a French blade, I think. And then one with a willow blade. Pretty good looking skirts, nice paint job on these things. So I'm gonna take these things out to the lake and see if I can catch some fish on them. And I might even throw a camera underwater and see what these crazy things look like. All right, so I got it tied on here. See, it's kind of different. Let's roll it through the water once and see what it does. This water's pretty dirty. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. You can definitely see it. The blade's turning. It's chattering back and forth. Let's throw it in these trees and see what we can pull out of here. There's a fish. Oh, that is a good one. I kind of reeled him up a little too far. That is a pretty good fish for my first one of the day. Yes. There we go. The old splatter bait gets her done. I'm gonna measure that one. That's a pretty good fish. So my graph shows a bunch of fish right here, so it's a pretty good deal. So there we go, the mud butt baits, splatter bait. Now he didn't hammer it too hard. It was just like, it's heavy all of a sudden, which typically with spinnerbait fishing, I usually get some pretty good bites. So, but he might have been running at it. So I got all tangled up here. There we go. The mud butt baits, splatter bait. Like I said, I'm not sure if these things are in action yet, or if he just sent me some to try out and they're not really going yet. What do we got here? That's a big fish. That's an almost 18-inch fish. Yeah, just at 18, a little over 18. Nice and chunky too. All right, let's let her go. There she goes. So it fouled up. That's the first time it has, and I've casted it a bunch. I thought it might foul up a lot, but not really. Doesn't really wash out either. It runs really good. So, I don't know. This thing could add a new element. There's a fish. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a white bass. Quit it. don't think I've ever caught one of them while I'm bass fishing. He came up and nailed it right at the surface because I was kind of reeling it a little fast. Well, I gotta take a picture of that dude. I don't catch them very often. So the water's a little dark here where I'm at, but I'm gonna put this, put one of these under the water, get a camera down there, and see if I can get some video of it in the water, see what it looks like. Definitely has some good action, so I'm sure it's gonna look pretty cool under the water. The one I got tied on has a chartreuse blade on it, so hopefully it will show up a little brighter, and we'll see what it looks like. So I have actually been messaging back and forth with Bill today, the guy who makes this bait, and he is selling them. He just got started making them, and he is selling them on his website. I'll leave a little link in the description to his website. And they only sell for $4.49, so that's pretty cheap. I thought this bait was gonna be more like $8 or $9. But it's not that expensive at all. $4.50 for this bait. So for $4.50, I don't know, I think it's worth trying one and having a couple in the box. I tell you what, I don't know that it's going to give you a distinct advantage over a chatterbait or a regular spinnerbait, but it is something different to give the fish a little different look. And I always like to have stuff that, you know, I can switch it up a little bit and it's a little bit out of the ordinary, that maybe if you're in a pressured area, maybe it'll trigger that fish that's seen a lot of baits. So yeah, I don't know, these are pretty cool. And I really didn't have any trouble fishing it. I thought it was gonna foul up a bunch because it's kind of complicated bait, but it didn't. I didn't have any issues with it. It fouled up once or twice. Didn't have any problems. And I caught that one fish. It was an 18¼ inch fish, pretty good fish. And I had no problems hooking that fish. So it seems like a pretty good little bait. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. Make sure if you're new to my channel, you subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything. We'll see you next time.